Hello, and welcome to Of the People, education and participation. We are 14 days away from the election. And while everyone will tell you it is the most consequential election in history, let's be honest, all elections are consequential. This one sure seems more consequential than most. Let's really understand the two most important things about any election are education and participation. And if you think back, when the country was founded, there was a presumption that people who voted were educated. But by educated, we don't necessarily mean formal education, whether it was grammar school, high school, or college, or you went to a one-room schoolhouse. You were educated through your participation in different ways. And to be fair, suffrage was not universal. Women could not vote. Blacks could not vote, or the slaves could not vote. And after they weren't slaves, they had this 3/5 compromise after the Civil War during the census. So there's a lot of things to be critical of. But let's understand that the education they were talking about was really to be informed. And how were they informed? They were informed by participating in town meetings, by going to their houses of worship, by going to their local taverns. Remember, it was hard to get information back in those days. You had to make an effort to be informed, but you were informed by participating in society, not just participating in a local election. In those days, honestly, there were more farmers and blacksmiths than there were, thankfully, lawyers and politicians. The point here is that you had to make an effort to be informed. People back in the day, a lot of them didn't read, a lot of them didn't write. That's where the expression, well, make your mark. People who didn't know how to write needed to sign their name. They would make an X, and it was make your mark. So through these different ways, town criers, Thomas Paine's Common Sense, which was a pamphlet distributed far and wide during the pre-revolutionary days, in a nom de plume, by the way. It was not signed in his name. Today, I would argue it is just as important and just as hard to get the information that we need. Why? For a variety of reasons. First of all, 24/7 news. When you blend entertainment and news, everything becomes important. And when everything becomes important, nothing becomes important. Then there's the polarization in the public, with the Democrats only watching Democratic sources, the Republicans only watching Republican sources, and the journalists themselves. There is no such thing as journalistic neutrality. Everything now is opinion journalism. There are no honest brokers of information in the media. They all are opinion journalists, and they all have agendas that they're pushing. With the advent of the internet and the censorship that has clearly come with it, you have to be suspect. Are you getting the right information? Remember, during the height of COVID, we were told that, the internet's going to give you all the information you need. So they banned us from going to our houses of worship. We couldn't go out to our local taverns, and we couldn't gather in those places. But you can rely on the internet for information. But what they didn't tell you is you were being censored as to what you saw or what you didn't see. And now with the advent of AI, who knows where all of this is going to go? But the key here, ladies and gentlemen, is it's no less important to be informed and to be educated and participate in the electoral process that's coming up. The truth of the matter is I don't care how you vote. I care that you do vote, right? The fact that what did we have? 50% of the population? We'll probably get 60%. But the fact that we have 40% of the American public that doesn't vote is incredible to me, and it's unacceptable. But participation shouldn't be just on election day. You get informed, you get educated by participating, and I don't care whether it's state level, your local level, your federal level, your county level, pick a level. And you don't have to be a policy wonk, and you don't have to be in politics. Just participate. That's where your education comes from. At the end of the day, elections do have consequences, and this is really about the world that our children are going to inherit, and then those of us who are listening, you, me, and everyone else, are dead and gone. So come November 5th, get out and vote.